There's so many good electric car deals on right now. I'm going to try and get some content to you guys showing you all the amazing electric car deals. This week, you've seen some deals probably from Polestar, $21,000 discount up to on their Polestar 3, which is probably maybe the best luxury car in that segment that you can buy. At that price, I'd say it is the best. However, there's also some deals here from Ford and Zeekr. Let's have a quick look at those. These are not for you guys in the United States, unfortunately. But Aussies, here's some pretty good prices on the Mustang Mach E and Zeekr's electric car. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Hey, guys. I've got an EcoFlow Delta 2 right here and the Delta Pro, which is about 4 times bigger than this. I've used them over the past 2 months many times. I didn't think I would, but I've needed them. There's been electrical problems in the house. There's been massive storms here in Australia. They've been absolutely, for me, game-changing, life-saving. Up to 45% off sale. I'll put a link in the description, and I think that's on for the next 3 weeks. So click on that link. You can take advantage and get one of these batteries for a really good price. Speaking of Australian EV sales, guys, I'll be at the Melbourne EV Auto Show 27th, 28th, and 29th next week. If you want to come along, be great. I'll be doing some presentations and some panels at the show on every day. So come along to the show. Tickets in the description, 25% discount. Ford Australia are offering drive-away discounts on the Mustang Mach E range here in Australia. Yes, they're offering deals as well in the United States on the Mustang Mach E, but they've paused those. They've paused selling the Mustang Mach E in the US because of an issue that they have to fix. When they fix that, I'm sure they're going back to having their discounts on that car, on this car. Here in Australia, we only have 3 versions available. There's more in the US, but anyways, 3 here. There's the Select, the Premium, and the GT. Actually, it's a better deal than it sounds, guys. When I tell you the price, you're probably going to think, oh, it's not that good, but it's actually a bit better than it sounds. And I'll get to why. The entry-level Mustang Mach E Select, which really kind of compares with my car. It's a similar size, a little smaller, but XPeng G6, and it compares with the Tesla Model Y. It normally costs $65,000. Used to be 70, then they reduced it to 65. Now they're selling it for 63,000 drive away, but that's really not accurate because it's actually a saving of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the location because they're paying your fees. You know, the additional cost you got to pay when you purchase the car. Drive away price is actually quite a good deal, $63,000. That means it compares pretty similar price with the XPeng G6, which is $60,000 plus drive away. So it's going to be about the same price drive away. Now, of course, I think the XPeng G6 is a much better car. But anyway, that's not the point. You can also get the mid-spec model. But first, what do you get with that base model? The Mustang Mach E Select gets a 198 kilowatt motor, rear-wheel drive, WLTP range of 470 kilometers. Now, my car has an extra 100 kilometers of range, has 570. Charging speed's much faster at around 290 kilowatt, and it can maintain a high peak charging speed. It's got 235 kilowatt motor. It's got more interior space. It looks nicer. So, yeah, I don't think that base model is awesome. Anyway, the mid-grade, I think, is where the money's at. The Mustang Mach E Premium has a more powerful 216 kilowatt motor and 600 kilometers of range. So this is a kind of a good long-range car. Regular pricing is $80,000 before on-road costs. Now the price is $77,000 with on-road costs included, drive away. So that means the discount is up to $11,500 depending on your state. It's a minimum of $6,000 and up to $11,500. The top spec model though has been discounted by even more than that, up to $14,000. The Mustang Mach E GT, it's $94,000. It used to be, guys, that's drive away, $94,000 drive away. This car used to be $110,000. So it's actually come down in price by around $20,000. Apparently, the price beforehand, before when it didn't include on-road costs, was $98,000. So actually the price, that means it's a discount of $8,000 to $14,000. Massive discounts on the Mach E GT. Now Zeekr, I'm a big fan of the Zeekr X. I've driven one of these around a racetrack. I've done a fair bit of driving in these, and I think they're really nice car. I actually think it's a luxury car. It is. So the price is really good. Up to $5,000 discount on the Zeekr X, which has already been discounted. So really good price here. The Zeekr X SUV all-wheel drive version gets a $3,500 factory discount bonus, a 7 kilowatt home charger, and 12 months of unlimited charging on EV networks. So if you do a lot of driving, like out on the road trips and things, this could be perfect for that because you're going to get free driving for 12 months, plus the 7 kilowatt home charger and a $3,500 discount. The all-wheel drive version of the Zeekr X costs $62,900. So now the price has been reduced to $59,400. And guys, this is a proper performance car. I mean, it's seriously fast. It has 315 kilowatt and 543 newton meters of torque, and it'll do 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds, 0 to 62 miles an hour. I can testify to it feeling extremely fast, even on a racetrack. I was like, wow, it's quick. 3.8 seconds is quick. If you haven't done that before, you'll be quite shocked by how quick that actually is. The base model, guys, the base model is actually $50,000. So that's a really good price for the base model as well. I actually think the performance all-wheel drive version might be the better deal now, considering that discount. The differences between the standard Zeekr X single motor and the all-wheel drive. The all-wheel drive, you're paying $10,000 extra, but you are getting a 24.3-inch augmented reality heads-up display, which is unreal. You're also getting an intelligent B-pillar display. There's actually a digital screen in the B-pillar that runs down the side of the car in front of you. There's a 6-way power front passenger seat, driver's seat memory, 4-way power lumbar support for front seats, driver and passenger seat heating, driver and passenger seat ventilation, heated steering wheel, 13-speaker Yamaha surround stereo, and ice block LED ambient lighting. It's also worth pointing out that the motor with the single motor version gets a fair bit more range because it's got one less motor. It's going to give you an additional 70 kilometers of range. It actually has 540 kilometers of range. And I think performance, 5.6 seconds, 0 to 100, vehicle to load functionality. Considering all that, I think at $50,000, it's a damn good deal. In addition to that, Zeekr is discounting the 009, which is unquestionably the most luxurious people mover in Australia. It's definitely better than the Lexus. Anyway, the Zeekr 009, it's got a $5,000 discount for both the 6 and 7 seat versions. Honestly, this is the ultimate family car. The Zeekr 009 starts at $135,900 with the base version. That's a 7-seater. With the incentive, the price comes down to $131,900. And honestly, check out my videos on this thing. I test drove this around a track. I've sat in this thing, spent hours and hours in it. It's a real proper luxury car. And honestly, I don't know if there's a nicer place to sit. It reminds me of like first class. Anyhow, 6-seat version has 3 rows of seats. That version starts at $139,900. The factory bonus $5,000 discount brings the price down to $134,900 before on-road costs. On top of the factory bonus, the 009 People Mover gets a 7-kilowatt home charger and 12 months of unlimited charging on EV Network's fast chargers across Australia. So that's a pretty cool deal as well. Zeekr X has seen 300 sales since launching. So even though it's quite an expensive car, and yes, you do have to pay luxury tax, people are still buying this, even though it's a brand new brand. You know, many people have never heard of Zeekr before. It's still selling, I think, pretty well for a premium expensive, not expensive, it's not expensive at all. When you think of the value, I think it's good value for money, but it is expensive when you think, hey, that's a fair chunk of money, right? But even at that price, I think it's actually not bad value. The top spec, dual motor all-wheel drive of the Zeekr X, guys, that was actually $65,000 at launch. So now it's down by about $5,000 to $60,000. I think that's actually a good deal. At that price point, it's one of the fastest cars in Australia. 3.8 seconds for a car that costs, an SUV that costs $60,000, but it's actually really, really nice on the inside. So for comparison, there is a single motor rear-wheel drive version that gets the same battery pack, but that's $49,900 before on roads. But there are some different features, right? The all-wheel drive version gets some features you don't get in the base model. The all drive variant of the Zeekr X comes with a 66 kilowatt hour nickel cobalt manganese or NCM battery pack that delivers a range of 470 kilometers. Fast charging is 150 kilowatt. Now, if you're looking at the Zeekr 009, the MPV that I just spoke about, that has crazy power. It has 450 kilowatt, right? All drive, 450 kilowatt. And you'd think that would be scary. I mean, when I drove it on a racetrack, I thought, man, I'm going to feel like I'm going to vomit. I'm going to feel terrible in this thing because it's so much power. It's going to have body roll. It didn't. Honestly, some of the other car journalists there that have actually done a way more driving than I have because they've got a background in doing this, they were like, wow, I can't believe how damn good this thing drives. With all that power, it's actually incredibly good. So it has a 116 kilowatt hour battery, and that means it has a WLTP range of 582 kilometers. When you think about it like that, the size of the battery and the size of the car, it's more than 5.2 meters long, that kind of range. It's actually not a bad value proposition. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Bye-bye.